Home truth time. It's time to swallow some hard facts, bitches. Suki. 26th of January. Woo! Ooga booga. We don't like it when see, straight off, bang, first sentence goes straight into the division, straight into the segregatory type of discourse. When they is a terrible word when used in the wrong context. How about we? We don't like it when we have to put up with having shit rubbed in our face. I don't like the acknowledgement speeches, all the welcome to country bullshit. I mean, Ernie Dingo made that shit up. It was a joke. Here's something. Nobody ever seems to learn from it. Right. We don't like being reminded that we come up short, do we? In our history. We didn't do it, we weren't there, it's ancient history, put it to bed. But we don't want to put to bed the things that make us superior either. The fact that we stole a whole bunch of shit that we have. Now, isn't it funny that Ernie Dingo and Paul Hogan, I was searching for his name, and Paul Hogan together could make so much money on a screen in the same movie together, working together as buddies and their buddies. And Ernie Dingo made up the Welcome to Country dance. The only thing that makes us guilty of anything from the past is that we drag it into the future. We've dragged it into the present. And we're hypocrites. What's good for the goose apparently isn't good for the gander. Do as I say, not as I do. Rules for me, not for thee. Or rules for thee and not for me. Because we haven't learnt, have we? Do we want to have a grown-up conversation or not? They've got the same problem everywhere. I'm about to show you the same problem in America. How it's being used to keep us divided. Well, it is. Is it true? Yeah. Is it used to keep us divided? Oh, you betcha. They won't let us put it to bed. And we're stupid enough to not put it to bed ourselves.
We like to say things like, why can't black people just get over it? Like, slavery was a long time ago. Alright? Why can't they just move on? Well, this is sort of precious coming from people who set off fireworks every July 4th. Because that's some old too, right? Like Independence Day, that didn't happen last week, right? We didn't break away from the British last Thursday. That's some old... But we're still celebrating that. So when it's stuff that makes us feel good, we love it. When it's stuff that makes us feel better than others, superior, like we're the greatest people in the greatest country ever struck off in the forehead of God Almighty, oh, we'll remember that forever. We just don't like the stuff that brings us up a little short, makes us look a little less than superior, maybe not quite as good as we'd like to believe. If you don't understand why the past affects the present, particularly around issues like enslavement, putting aside the inheritance of wealth and the lack thereof, part of which is certainly an explanation for why currently the median white wealth is 15 times the median African-American wealth and 11 to 12 times the median Latino wealth. Certainly that has something to do with history, who had access to resources and who didn't. But putting aside that, let's just understand something. The only reason Donald Trump is president right now is because of a little thing called the Electoral College, which was put in place by folks. See, we got this revisionist history that we've been spinning for the last couple of months about the Electoral College. Oh, you know, it was put in there to prevent tyranny. For real, you think? Do you really think that? Because I don't think that. Right? That might have been one of the things that folks were concerned about, but it was also put in because folks like the folks in Virginia, in the bigger slaveholding states, right, didn't want direct democracy or anything even remotely like it because it would have hurt them, because so much of their population was not enfranchised, right? So much of their population, in some areas, 40% or over half of the people in some of those slaveholding states were what? Disenfranchised, counted as 3/5 of a human being, not considered people. And if you had anything remotely resembling direct democracy, those states would have been harmed by that. So in fact, the Electoral College was in part a compromise with slaveholding states, states who were dependent upon enslavement as a mechanism of economic development so as to improve their political position vis-a-vis non-slaveholding states.
We have a new Michael Parenti, ladies and gentlemen.
So if you don't understand how slavery, because this is the point, right? Even if you don't think racism was key to Donald Trump's own campaign, which, suggests to me that you might have been asleep for the last several months, even if you believe that, understand that racism in the 1700s, white supremacy embedded in the structure of the country at the founding of the country is most definitely implicated in his election, because without the obeisance to the Electoral College, without that compromise, we know he would not be president right now. So that is why we have to think about the past, and that is why the past affects the present. See, inertia is not just a property of the physical universe. It is also a property of the socio-economic and the political universe that we have to address.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my space, and if you are new here, please subscribe. There is a saying going around right now that's...
The videos go for quite some time. I watch them. She doesn't speak hardly at all through them. And she puts up arguments on both sides. On why each other, or why each other has a right. We don't seem to have those conversations, do we? We have dysfunctional, divisional, segregational, fracturing arguments. We don't have conversations. Nobody wants to have a difficult conversation. Nobody's mature enough to have a difficult conversation. Nobody has the humility to admit that they've been a bigoted, racist prick. Nobody has the empathetic dexterity to say, perhaps I was wrong and I'm sorry. Perhaps we need to stop telling each other to put their shit to bed and put our own shit to bed and learn from it. Perhaps we need to stop dickheads like Pauline Hanson and Coconut Mundine telling us what to do.